Hey everyone, welcome. You're making me laugh.
I'm just existing, Des. I'm just living.
This is why we can't do a podcast together, because me and you always laugh at each other. Okay, hold on. Hey everyone, welcome back to Feelings. I am your host, Desvel Mandel, and today my guest is Jill-Annette.
Hi.
Jill Gatsby, that's what you are on my phone.
Oh God.
Why? I'll remove it. Just because.
He looks like me. I had long hair first.
You and JC do look alike. It's crazy. Her brother is JC. I haven't seen you in for so long. The last time I saw you was at ramen. But that.
Oh yeah.
That was
a while ago.
That was in January. Oh, exactly 1 month.
Yeah, but even before
though. No, it was before. Okay, so before ramen, I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, yeah, because of the stupid pandemic, everything was just weird.
Yeah,
and I didn't know how to like live my life. Yeah, honestly.
Where do you live? Actually, don't say that. I don't know why.
Well, I'm moving, so it's fine.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were moving. Really? Okay, I guess when I saw you at ramen, you mentioned it, but I didn't ask follow-up questions.
Yeah.
So you're moving to
Puerto Rico.
Oh my God. When? Next month.
Well, so I'm gonna be staying with like family in Georgia for a bit, and then I'm gonna go May 14th. I'll officially move there.
Oh my God. Yeah. Everyone's moving.
I know.
I'm so happy for everyone. Don't get me wrong. But literally all my friends are moving.
Well, who else is moving?
Jesse's moving.
She's going to Nashville.
Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah, she was there. I like how you're saying Jesse's business. Hey, Jesse, telling everyone your business. No, she went to Nashville this past weekend to check it out, to see if she actually wanted to move. I'm pretty sure she is.
Wow.
She was supposed to go to dinner with us tonight. That's why I wanted her to go to dinner with us, because I wanted to ask questions. But she bailed on us for Casey Musgraves. Which
is understandable.
You don't know who she is?
No. Now I know. I was like, who is this?
I was like, she's a country pop star.
I don't know who Casey is, but I didn't like her.
I don't like her. No, she's actually so good. I love her.
Everybody's gone.
Yeah, I need to really talk to you even after this about my life. I'm in a very like new season, but like, I go through seasons and stuff, but I'm like, clean slate new season.
Yeah.
It just all feels different to me. I've been like kind of sad. I was sad. I was very depressed. Then 1 week I got real angry. That was like 2 weeks ago. I was real angry.
Because everybody's leaving.
Well,
or just like change or something?
I think it was, you have to go through the stages of grief or whatever. So I've been in a loop of grieving my old life.
Yeah.
But I realized whenever I finally felt anger, like I was like punching my pillows. I'm like, what is this feeling? And I was like,
what is this feeling?
I've never felt anger. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah. You, bitch, I know you felt You angry at everything.
You see my my hanger.
Your hanger. I've been hangry. But my hanger is like grumpy. It's not like mad.
I can see that.
But
I don't think I've ever seen you like mad.
Oh, bitch.
Maybe like irritated.
Yeah. Like annoyed.
Yeah.
Like my annoyance is very just like just get away from me. I'll be fine.
Yeah. But like I need a minute.
Yeah. But the other week I felt like for real anger. But now I feel like I got through it and I had to literally because I wanted to stay in that. Now that I found that new feeling of anger, I'm like, this is fun.
You're like, I'm going to stay angry.
Yeah, it's like I could just live in that anger, or I could just, I ended up pulling myself out. Boring. But now I feel very good about entering a new season, and I feel very brave.
Good for you. Wow. I know that wasn't easy though.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, you knew me back then when I first moved to LA. The way that I would deal with like anger or anything is like I would always make a joke out of it, and my jokes were dark.
Oh yeah, Jill. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Jill. I love Jill with all my heart, but she's probably my meanest friend.
I've like made you cry by mistake so many times. I'm like, oh my God, are you really crying? I'm so sorry. You're
gonna make me cry.
JC would be like, Jill, that's not nice. I'm like, I didn't mean for it to not be nice.
But like JC, so JC is one of my best friends, and that's how I know Jill. And that's funny. And JC is like, you can't talk to Des like that. She's sensitive. I'm over like they're crying. Or Jill likes to scare me. Remember the leprechaun shit?
I never got to like actually do that. I really wanted to do it to JC Because JC, when he screams like really high pitched, like a girl, and it's so funny. But
we could still do it. He'll never know.
I'm still down to do it.
He will not see it coming.
But JC, like, yeah, he would just tell me, he's like, you can't do that to Des. Like, you're gonna hurt her feelings. You got to be nice.
I'm a sensitive soul.
But JC and I have like that relationship though. Like, we're just mean to each other, but at the end of the day, we're like, okay, bye, I love you. Like, and everybody's like, I thought, what? Like, what just happened?
Like, you guys were just in a fist fight.
We just argued, but I think it's like it's our toxic upbringing. Like, we get it. I get you.
Yeah, because like a lot of siblings act like how you and JC act.
Yeah.
Me and my siblings, no.
You guys are nice to each other, huh?
Very. Like,
so good.
Very, very nice. Like, it's so weird to me whenever I see other siblings acting like that. I'm like, you're so mean. Like, me, Mary Lou, and Zach, like
loving.
Like, we lift each other up. Like, of course we get annoyed at each other, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
Not really, yeah. But I'm sure maybe they get annoyed at me. I don't know. You know. But it's not like we never argued. It's usually just like a conversation. Like, how are we going to fix this?
That's nice though. Yeah. I mean, like, I think me and JC were like that because we kind of just fit into that whole like brothers or older brother, younger sister dynamic.
That's true.
But as we got older, like, I was the one that was like, all right, relax.
I thought you were going to say I was the one who was a bitch.
I do remember he earned it. There were some times where he deserved it.
I believe it. He does deserve it.
I remember one time, I think I threw something at him and it hit him like straight in the mouth. I never ran so fast in my life. I was so scared. I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I know he saw red and I just like locked the door.
You said,
I was like, I'm not eating dinner tonight. It's so fine. I won't eat.
What is the worst fight you and JC? I like how we're just talking shit about JC.
The worst fight. Well, that was one of them, honestly. Like, I don't want to say him and my stepdad. I think it was just him. He tied my Barbies to the fan and turned it on. And I got home from school and I was like, oh my God. That's kind of funny. I was so mad. And they tied them with their hair. You even tied them with string.
Mean. How old were you?
I was like in the first grade.
So my girls like a baby.
Yeah, my girls were hurting.
So you've been traumatized from the get-go.
Yes. So I threw what was it? It was like a baby toy. It was like plastic, and he had braces at the time, and it hit him in his mouth, and he started bleeding.
Oh, and that's his braces.
Yeah,
that's money.
I was terrified, but he was like so mad at me, and I don't think he talked to me for like a week or so, but I was just like, I don't want to be around.
That's so scary. Yeah, there's nothing really mean that me and my sister and my brother. Great. Yeah. I mean, we have our things, but like, like mean wise or teasing wise, no. That's why whenever, like, for example, like any other people who have siblings, whenever that have that relationship you guys have, like, and they like poke at me thinking grew up like that, I'm like, no.
I wasn't like that.
I don't do that. Yeah. Setting boundaries. Oh yeah, we never really we have to talk about you moving. Oh yeah. we really we went off the road. Wait, so you're moving to Puerto Rico. So you're going to Georgia first, and then why are you moving to Puerto Rico?
So not last August, but the August before that, I went to Puerto Rico with
2020.
Yes. Okay. I went to Puerto Rico with a couple friends.
I remember you went there.
Yeah, and I just like, I don't know, when I was there, I had like a couple of moments, just like, I don't know, it's kind of unannounced emotion that I had. And I got like teary-eyed. I was like, dang, I like miss being on the island. Puerto Rico, like I'm half Puerto Rican, you know, JC and I are. So that's a side of myself I haven't really gotten a chance to explore. Like, because I was raised more Panamanian than anything, because my mom is Panamanian. And I don't know, being on the island, I was like, oh my gosh, they're doing traditional dance. Yeah. Aww. They were dancing like bomba with the, you know, with the drums and the, you know, the skirts and stuff. And it just brought me back to Panama when I used to do traditional dance and how much fun it was. And I just felt like, hey, you know, I'm in my 30s now, and that's a part of me I don't really understand, but I want to know. Yeah. So yeah,
that's crazy that you decided to move there, though.
Yeah. Well, we lived there when we were younger.
Okay.
But for like
it's not
a
like,
little bit.
It's obviously still going to be new territory, but like, see, I just have the issue where I don't know what it's like not to live in LA anymore.
Right. No.
Like I am very stuck in LA. I'm like, I can't imagine living anywhere else. I want to move somewhere else, but LA won't let me.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not about me.
It's LA's fault.
It's Ellie's fault. But yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So you're bringing all your stuff?
No, I'm actually selling all my things, and I'm just taking my clothes and my shoes. And
Do you have a place?
Well, I rented an Airbnb for 6 months because I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm just gonna do that and then find a place little by little because like moving is just so stressful in general.
Yeah.
And I want to be comfortable just as soon as I get there. So
wow, I'm so proud of you.
Yes, thank you.
That's so scary but exciting.
Yeah.
You know? That is so exciting. I'm jealous. See,
I'm excited about it.
I feel like I would be like that with Hawaii or Italy. Like I would just go there and be like, this is where I'm meant to be.
Italy is I think we talked about Italy before and
I
how
talk
you want to
about
go.
Italy nonstop all the time.
You're gonna go.
I've been learning Italian.
It's hard. They have like a rhythm to their language. Well, I found it challenging. You might pick it up.
Yeah, I have been. It's weird how easily I've been picking it up.
Good for you.
My new favorite thing to say in Italian: La familia un mundo grande.
Ooh.
La familia un mundo grande.
Wait, I know that's family something world.
No, it's just saying I have a big family.
Really?
La familia un mundo grande.
Well, some of those words are basically, they're all Romance languages.
Yeah.
So it's like similar to Spanish.
Yeah. And I like, stupene, grazie.
See?
Yeah, I love Italian.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's good time. But anyways, okay, let's get to the cards. You go first.
Okay. I'm going to read another one. Mine is too simple.
So
it's like live, laugh, love, basically.
I keep pulling the wild cards.
What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical?
You're gonna make me cry. Why would you ask me that?
I don't. Just came up.
Okay. Read it again.
What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical? Or maybe not the most, just like...
No, we're going in.
We don't have to. We don't have to.
Starts to cry.
We don't. We can just start somewhere.
Okay, I'm just gonna, I guess for me, ew. I don't want to talk about this, Jill. But I guess that one of the hardest things, one of the things that came to mind is just like, I don't know why I thought about this, but whenever I was in that abusive relationship. Do you listen to my podcast?
All the time.
Oh my God, thank you.
I did my research.
Oh my God, thank you. So you know what
studied,
you know what I'm talking about. So I was in an abusive relationship, blah, 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 years ago. Mm-hmm. But during that relationship, like just like me giving it my all and like giving him anything he wanted. And like, you know, I was there for him when he was sad and like against everything. And like, then he still cheated on me over and over and over and over and over. And he still hurt me over and, you know, like,
yeah.
So like that, it hurts more now than even then. Cause I think then I was numb. I didn't even realize it hurt. Now when I think back at it, I'm just like, oh, like that
You're
was
feeling it.
Yeah. Like that's like, that sucked. That still sucks. Just like loving someone so hard and like giving them your all and like them not loving you back.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
You know, and I forget, how old were you when you experienced that?
I was, we started dating when I was 18, 19, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right before I met JC, like a week before I met JC. That's when I started dating this guy.
Man, because like I had, similar relationship issues, but experiencing it as an adult was something that was really hard for me because I still had to like get up in the morning and show up for myself and like go to work and like go break down in the bathroom.
I mean, I was working.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, 18, then yeah. So then you know what that was like.
Yeah. Oh, and it sucked because I knew he was cheating all the time, but I had to go to work.
Yeah.
So like at work, like I worked at Lids then at the
in
the Orlando airport, and like my friends that worked there with me, like I had one friend, Garrett. Hey, Garrett. He would always tell me like, Des, like fuck this guy, like you know, like he's not it, and yeah, I would be crying in the back room and like trying to text him and call him, where are you? You know, it's just like that stress. Oof, you'll never catch me doing that again.
I know.
You'll never catch me doing that again. But I was young. So.
I just can't imagine. Well, like I guess I can't imagine. But like, you know, when you would go to work and you just couldn't focus on work.
Oh yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was like hell.
Yeah. If you're in a relationship like that, it ain't it.
No.
It's not it.
It's not worth it. And then it's so hard to, I don't know. In that moment, right? It was hard to kind of take in and be like, okay, this is just a person in your life. This is just a lesson.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, you're like, oh my God, they're my world. I'll speak for myself. I was stupid. Being a dummy. I mean, like, we went through what we went through. Yeah. But when I look at myself now, I'm like, relax. Yeah. Like, he wasn't that great. My dude was a bum.
No, my guy was... Yeah, it was not it. He sucked. And all my friends told me he sucked. Yeah. I lost all my friends during that time.
Oh,
thank God. All of my friends, like, all the friends that I lost, like, were my best friends. Yeah. And like I recently was talking to some of them and like, yeah, it's just like, because I finally opened up this like Pandora's box of my relationship or whatever. Yeah. So like I've been talking to them and like, yeah, it's just, I didn't even realize that I lost all of them like until recently. I'm like, oh my God, I abandoned everyone for this stupid guy.
Yeah. But now that you're like opening up, it's almost like purging, because you're like releasing like suppressed emotions and talking about things like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's so funny. I was fine before this podcast right now. I wasn't thinking about this.
I'm sorry.
No. But it's good because I really haven't had anyone to like discuss it with who's also was kind of in, I don't know if your situation was the same, but like, somewhat the same.
Yeah, it was similar. I think like I was just in denial quite a bit.
Same.
I'm like, oh, it's not that bad, and every time someone would ask like, oh, we're working on things.
Yeah.
And
you always think that he's gonna be better, like, oh no, it's just he's going through something, it's gonna be fine like next week.
Yeah.
And over and over and
I know.
over. Like, how long did you date this guy?
Well, I knew him for like, I want to say like 9 years at the time, and then I dated him for 3. Okay. So it was like building that at least friendship, and I think that was the hardest part, is that we had a friendship.
Yeah, that's
so anything that happened in my life, I would call him, like good news, bad news. Like when my grandpa passed away, like I called him. Oh my God, I'm about to cry.
It's okay.
Yeah, like I called him, and it was just like really hard. Yeah, because like that was my friend. I was like, how could my friend do that to me?
Like treat you like that.
So that kind of, I think that's probably the worst pain. Not the love aspect of it, because I think, I'm saying this now, but back then I'd be like, no, love me. But I think I would have been okay if he was like, hey, I care about you, but I'm not in love with you.
That's fine.
Yeah, like
it's totally fine.
At least like we could have salvaged something.
Yeah.
But like you didn't care,
I don't want. Can I ask you questions? What happened?
So I was dating him, and I had moved to Arizona, and I think I was coming from Texas or something, and I was like, oh, I just graduated college, like I'm gonna start my life with my boyfriend, whatever. And I did, and then shortly after I arrived, I found out that he had a child with another girl. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like some shit off of like a reality TV show.
Okay. I have so many things. I was gonna say I kind of have the same situation with this guy, but a little different. But like, did he have a child like while you guys were dating, or did he already have one before?
While.
That motherfucker, I want to fuck him up right now.
Yeah, I had arrived in Arizona, and like we were doing a couple things, and then I received like this anonymous Facebook message, and it was like, tell him that he needs to be at the baby's appointment. And I was like, what? Ooh. It was wild. Like, it was to the point where I believed him so much that I went to the authorities. Like, I went to court, and I was like, I need to get a restraining order on her. Like, she keeps bothering me, and I don't understand what's going on, because he's saying no.
And he's lying.
He lied to my face like countless times up until the day the baby was due and like the baby was born. Then he was like, actually, yeah, that's my kid.
What's like, what? You thought you could hide this?
Yeah.
Like,
it was the weirdest thing. And I feel like that's my, that was my first encounter with like a true narcissist.
Yeah.
Like, he would gaslight me up and down. I would look through his phone. He'd be like, well, why are you looking through my phone? I'm like,
because all these girls are fucking texting you.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking same.
Or just her like hitting him up and saying like off the wall things. And boy, she would write like paragraphs.
And then he would just be like, she's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy or whatever. So like now for me, I mean, like I always kind of felt like this about guys, but whenever a guy says like, oh, she's crazy, I'm like, she didn't get there by herself.
Yeah.
Like as much as I don't like her.
What did you do to make her crazy?
Right. And as much as I didn't like her because I didn't like how, well, obviously like for obvious reasons, but I didn't like how she was treating me.
Yeah.
Like she was treating me like I was a side chick. I'm like, girl.
You're like, you're the mistress.
Right. You just got here. Like, how does his whole family know me and doesn't even know who you are?
Yeah.
They didn't even know a baby was coming. So like it was a whole like scandal. It literally, I just felt like I wasn't like living my life. I felt like I was just watching it happen. It was the weirdest thing. So
I hate him.
that was one of the things he did. But then after that, he just like cheated on me. And then like I found out later.
Girl?
Oh, different girls during that time.
I just don't understand why guys do that. Like if you want to be with multiple girls,
do that.
You don't have to date me. I'm not holding you captive, you know.
It's a possession thing. At least with him.
Yeah, no, it is. Because if I like, you know, there would be times where like I did break up with him. Like we tried whatever to break up. And like, let's say this literally happened. Like I started not even seeing this guy. I started hanging out with like a new guy friend.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we were hooking up.
Yeah.
It's so, wow, that's interesting that like I was scared to even say we were hooking up because I'm still scared that my ex is going to go after him. That's crazy right now. But because when we were just friends first, you know, but I almost said his name. But my ex, he, you know, was just like mad that I was talking to other guys or seeing other guys. And like he went to this guy's house and tried to beat him up.
What?
Yeah,
that's
JC was fucking there and he didn't come outside to help me. Yeah, JC, I'm calling you out.
We're not forgetting.
No, I was so mad. Like I needed someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, JC.
Boys are. We're gonna go there.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, and that like different situations where he went after this guy. Like he broke his camera at a show once, and like then my ex came after me. Like it was really crazy. I had to get a restraining order on him.
See, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
and those are just some things.
Yeah.
Those are just some things. It's crazy.
See, like my guy, he was just possessive, you know, like, but it made me laugh a little bit because I'm like, it got to the point where we stayed in a relationship for a little bit, you know, for whatever reason. I mean, maybe I still loved him. Maybe it was like my ego. Like I put in work. I'm not going anywhere.
I had a little bit of that too. Yeah. It's like, you just got here. Time to working on this project.
I'm like, oh girl, so you just had a baby and you think I'm just going to disappear? No.
Like,
I know. It's like stupid, I was literally drinking my own poison. And I'm like, look, like it's dumb. But when I stayed, you know, he got mad at me because like one of my old coworkers like sent me like a smiley face through text. He was like, what is this? I was like, if this is what you're upset about, like you need to be kissing my feet. Yeah. this is all you got to deal with when it comes to me.
Like, let me see your phone.
Right, exactly. But
and like so I haven't been in a relationship since then.
Me either, actually.
Really?
Twins, yeah.
Twins, trauma twins.
Oh, hashtag trauma. I don't want to read it. Is that dark? Is that dark?
Is that dark?
Yeah, not a real one. Like just like dating. But like I haven't made an announcement like this is him, everyone. Oh, this is my man.
No, I've never got close to that. I've never even really like dated anyone. Like
after him.
Yeah. That was like 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And like I didn't, of course I've hooked up with people. I mean I had to like that's a whole podcast on its own on like how I
dealt with it.
Yeah. Like after that, because I went on a spree just because I was trying to make myself feel loved because he made me feel so unloved, you know? So I was like, you know,
people say that like, oh, that's not how you should do it, but sometimes it does help. It helps. I'm not gonna lie, it helps though to an extent.
Yeah.
Because I did something similar. I didn't do it for that long because I was like, I don't really like having like, I don't know, just like meaningless sex. Like for me, it just wasn't a thing. Because being with him just traumatizing. Yeah. But I did love I love this moment because like we had broken up. I broke up with him. Okay. We didn't agree on anything. I broke up with him.
Okay. I got it.
I'm just letting you know. And I think he came over to my house or something and he asked me, he was like, are you sleeping with anyone else? And I started laughing.
He's like, excuse me, that's none of your business.
Right. Well, I was like, number one, but I thought it was so funny. So I was like, are you sleeping with anyone else? He was like, why are you answering my question with a question? I was like, oh, it doesn't feel good, does it? I was sleeping with lots of people during that time.
I would have not even texted him.
Yeah. Ugh. It was just funny because I pulled a him on him.
Yeah,
so it felt good.
Anytime I tried to pull a him on him, like it got real bad.
Like you're like, I'm not doing that.
No, like that's when he would get really like.
Oh, that's when he would show up and try to fight people and stuff,
and get really destructive. I guess you know. Ugh, disgusting. Oh yeah, you know how you're saying. Oh yeah, you know how you're saying that he had a baby. So my situation with my ex was, I don't even like calling him my ex because I don't want anything to do with him.
I know that guy.
We'll say that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. With that guy.
Because they're not even a part of my story anymore.
Yeah.
I'm past that.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't deserve any of this, but he deserves to be.
Doesn't deserve a title.
Yeah. No title, but my story gets this deserve. I don't know.
We're in a new realm. Yeah. They don't even exist in this one.
So I don't know what I'm trying to say, to be honest. Anyways. Sorry. You get it. Yeah, my guy, he was like married. And he, see, this is where I'm like, am I that dumb? You know, because he was married, but he was living with her, but he said he was married because he married her because that's his friend and she needed a green card to stay in America. And I'm just like, you know, at first I was like, you think I'm stupid? But he was so fucking good at lying, you know, great narcissist. Yeah. Like it's insane. And like anything I said, he said, you know, he immediately had something back to say, you know? Yeah. And then, yeah. So I honestly, I mean, he probably was actually married, but I don't know. I still don't know to this day if that was like even real or anything, you know, if it was, they were actually married and together or if it really was a green card. Cause I remember being like, well, if it's a green card, can I meet her? Because I'm your girlfriend. Yeah. Right?
Hey, what do you say? No.
No.
Well, that's the thing is like, first of all, like when you think of the story, I'm sure if like you weren't you'd be like, oh my gosh, how could you ever?
You'd be like, but dumbass.
You'll be so surprised. And this is for like any younger folks that are watching this. Be careful what you say. Because you'll be so quick to be like, oh my God, that girl is so stupid. And then boom, the universe has a funny way of showing you that girl now.
You that girl.
Right. So I always try to be kind, like, hey, some really like messed up things can happen. And like guys can really sell you a dream. And if they make you feel good, they tell you enough. Yeah. You know, it can happen.
I hate them all. I
hate boys.
No. I'm literally just getting over, like, because I opened up that abusive relationship Pandora box in November. Yeah. And like, it's so funny. Like in one of the podcasts I already posted, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm like, I did it. I think I'm healed. And then now we're talking. I'm like, nope, definitely not healed. Definitely not healed.
It's legit a journey though. Like you're gonna, like I said, I always call it purging. Like you're gonna have moments where you're just crying. I mean, like I want to say like 2 months ago.
I'm like, I cry all the time, girl.
But just like random things, even though you're like completely over that guy, you're like, why am I crying about him? You know? Yeah. But it's like, it's a process. Because when I would cry, it would be about him and what our future was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
And then after that, it was like, okay, I started to cry for myself. Yeah. And that's when I knew, okay, I'm on a really good path here. Yeah. Because like if somebody
part of it.
Yeah, if somebody would bring him up, I'm like, he's literally not my type today. So good luck with all that.
Yeah. That guy he could never get with me now.
Exactly.
Like, bitch.
Exactly.
That's your fault. You fucked up. Because look at me now, you know?
Yeah.
But I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? You know, I've been healing so much since like 2020. Yeah. And actually, I was looking at like an old journal, and I'm like, I've been healing for like 5 years. And like, I didn't understand what healing was until 2020. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, grieving, purging my old life. Right. Like I've been going through a lot of like really intense cries lately. Ever since my anger and like bravery stage, which is now like my anger stage was like 2 weeks ago or like a week ago actually. So like before that, like I would be crying so hard. My journal, is it down here? No. I started my journal on January 1st. I'm done with it basically.
Really?
Yeah. It's not even, so it's gonna be like 2 months.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm writing like so much in there because I'm just like, it's crazy grieving your old life because you know my old life, you were a part of it, you know. like the group, you know, and like
in the NoHo house.
Yeah, the NoHo house, the Woodley house, like dance parties, music. And like now I don't have any of that. Yeah. You know, so like it's been like really lonely. I can't believe I'm saying this on the podcast because it's like really intense what I'm going through right now.
Yeah. It's a safe space.
Thank you. I'm like, thanks. Yeah, but that's what I've been like grieving lately, and I'm like trying to like just let it go because you know that was my life for like a decade. You know, so
it was the end of an era. Like when you guys all like left.
Yeah, but like okay, so I guess I should say backstory because no one knows.
People don't know.
Yeah, people don't know. So I had a friend group. I have a friend group, but we all lived together for so long, right? For like I lived with them for literally all my 20s, basically. A few years here and there, not. But during quarantine, we had to move out, and like at first I'm like, oh, I'm gonna live by myself. It's gonna be great, independent woman, you know, which I am. Yeah. But I think like I didn't know how sad I was gonna be. So like, yeah,
it's so different.
Yeah, and for me, it was like they were my life, you know. So I kind of want to keep talking about our toxic exes.
Yeah, I'm down.
Just because we were going to talk about boundaries, but maybe we could do that on another podcast.
Yeah,
like,
I'm down for that.
But just because I didn't realize that you were so like me.
We did go through the same things. I mean, well, similar things, you know.
And I would never wish this upon anyone, but it's nice to know that, you know, you kind of know.
No, I mean, like, there were some aspects of it that I didn't even realize were like abusive until like I talked about it. And like, I remember one time I explained, I told one of my best friends a story, and I was like, yeah, girl, there would be times where I would be sleeping in the apartment and I would wake up and he wouldn't be there. And I would go searching around the complex. And one time I actually heard two people like having sex. Like that's what it sounded like. And it was a complex, well, not complex, but like a building like kind of catty corner to ours. Okay. And it was like 2 a.m. and I don't know. But I just remember waking up.
You think he real smart doing that though?
He wasn't real smart in general. Okay. so like whenever I went out, I heard that. And I just went back to sleep and like cried and went to sleep, but I never asked him about it. Dude, things like that would happen. Yes. And she like gave me the biggest hug. And this was like not too long ago. She's like, when you explain these stories, she's like, it sounds like a nightmare. I'm like, it was.
Wait, the girl?
No, my best friend. Because I was telling her the story. She's like.
I was like, wait. You talking to that girl?
Never talked to her. But yeah, she's like, it sounds like a nightmare. And like it was.
But isn't it crazy when you were in it? Like you're like, no, it's fine.
I couldn't stop. I can relate it to like, I don't know if you ever played the slot machine and you're like, let me just keep one more thing. Yes, that's what it felt like. I was like, if I do this thing, if I'm a little more supportive, or if I back up a little bit, he'll fix it, you know? Yeah. But every time I tried to leave though, it's like a 6'3" man who doesn't cry all of a sudden knows how to cry in that fucking moment,
dude.
And I'm just like, oh god.
it got to the point where anytime I try to break up with him, that he would like fake suicide.
What?
Yeah,
that's awful.
I know.
Holy shit.
Now especially
that's traumatizing as
yeah. So, and that's why I have is it abandonment issues? Well, I have abandonment issues for like other things, but like he knew I had abandonment issues, so like he like used that card on me. Right. You know, he's like, oh,
so he knew.
Yeah. He knew that like if he did something so dramatic, because I'm scared to lose anyone in my life, especially people I love. Like he knew that like I would run and like come save him and like be like, oh my God, I'll never leave you, you know, because I'm just, you know, I'm nice. I love, and I never want anyone to hurt themselves. Yeah. But yeah, bitch. I'm like mad thinking about it. Yeah, no, because like,
oh my god,
I would try to break up with him over and over and over, and like he would, you know, like just go through the stages of just like, fuck you, I hate you, you're stupid anyway, you stupid slut, you know, shit like that. Then he'd be like, no, like please don't leave me, crying. Then you know, like it would literally go in so many layers, and then I think at one point, like I was like, no, I'm actually done. You know, like it's fine, I'm done. And like, you know, I think I don't know if he texted me or something, but anyways, I went over to his apartment. Okay, this is so stupid. No, like for sure. Well, one, don't ever fake suicide because that's literally so mean. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to explain this correctly, but anyways, I went in there because he said he was going to like do something to himself. So of course I ran over there. I'm like, no, don't.
Yeah.
He's unstable. So I kind of like believed him, you know? Yeah. So I walk in and he laid out a fucking performance. He was on the floor, knife next to him, pill bottles, pills everywhere. And I walk in, I'm just like
this isn't funny, but
no, because I'm just like, because obviously he's fine, you know. I'm just
up.
Yeah, I'm just like, what do I do? Like, what do I do in this situation? And like, I think, you know, I was young then, so at the time, I think I just like made him feel better.
Yeah.
So stupid.
But your initial reaction. Oh my God.
Oh shit! I just remember something, and like there would be other times like where he would like fake suicide to get me to stay, and I would straight up be like, okay, then I'm gonna call the cops. If you're gonna commit suicide, I'm gonna call the cops. Like I got smart.
Did he stop after that?
Yeah. But you know something, dude. This whole thing that relationship is fucking insane. So do I want to tell this story?
You can always edit it if you don't want it.
I'll just tell you. Yeah. So there was one time. Okay, this was like we were broken up. Mm-hmm. I legit moved away. I moved to LA, then moved back, and I lived with JC and them, right? Uh-huh. And one of our other friends was having seizures because he was trying to get sober, something like with alcohol, right? Yeah. He was having seizures. So anyways, he had to go to the hospital, and it was like a hospital room with 2 beds, right? So like, and then there's a curtain in between. So like there's a bed here, and then, so our friend who was in the hospital and I was visiting and helping out, he was in this bed, and then there was like an old guy next to him. So our friend became friends with this guy because he's, you know, nice, whatever. Yeah. So became friends. So whenever our friend got let out, the next day he was like, hey, like, do you want to go with me to go visit? We'll call him Ted. You know, do you want to go with me to visit Ted? Because, you know, he's alone. He doesn't have family. I'm like, oh, of course. He was so nice, you know?
Yeah.
We go there. We open up the door. In the bed that my friend was in, my ex was there.
What?
Yeah. And it was just so weird. And I remember like walking in because he was the first one closest to the door. I remember walking in, like us looking at each other, and like he was on the phone. So he was just like we were like,
that's so weird.
Yeah. And his mom was there. I never met his family.
All the time that you guys dated?
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't?
No. So crazy, right? That's sus. That's number one sus.
Yeah, if you never meet any of them.
And we dated for like 2 years, 2 years, something like that. After all that shit, I never met your mom. I met her there. I met her in the hospital.
But did she know who you were though?
No.
Oh, she just like made eye contact with
sad?
you.
Well, it's just like, hi, like, how are you?
Yeah.
And then like, anyways, so whenever I saw him, like I ended up walking over to Ted's bed.
Yeah.
And my friend I was with, like, you know, he knows the whole situation with me and this guy. And like, he's just like, what the hell? You know, like what? And like, I'm behind the curtain, just like in shock, just like, what do I do? And I ended up like pulling the curtain and just like looking at him, and like he was off the phone, and then like I went over there and I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Because
did you think he did something?
Well, he did. He it was the same situation with another girl where he was trying to kill himself, and which is so sad, you know. That's so sad. Like he probably really wants to, you know. But yeah, I guess, and I think he went too far or something. I don't know. That's all I knew. That
my gosh.
Yeah, he was there, and then that was weird.
So he did that with the next girl.
Yeah,
pretty much.
He's very like, it's the same.
Yeah,
it's the same. I'm sure it's the same today. You know, like
that's so creepy to like just jump to that. Like that's not something you play with.
Yeah, who in their right mind would do that? You know, but that's it. Like he's not. It's hard because I'm like, fuck him, but also like I'm sending you love from far away because I know he is not okay.
Yeah,
you know, like
you can still do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you're like, fuck you, don't ever look at me, don't ever think of me, but I hope you're good over there.
Yeah,
like, don't hurt yourself.
Well. Yeah,
I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah. At the same time.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Well, that was a lot. I shared a lot. I shared a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen my he's not my anything. I haven't seen that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I haven't seen that guy since 2014 or something like that. But I do remember the last time that we saw each other, it was the most twisted thing ever. Because like
more twisted than my hospital story.
Because he ended up moving in with the baby mama.
Oh, I thought
and
with
moving
you.
her to
I'm
a whole
bitch.
No. He moved her to a different state where his family was, because she was doing the typical thing of like, you can't see your kid if like you don't jump through this hoop type shit. Like she did stuff like that all the time. And he had an opportunity to like raise his son, which included bringing her and then her kids, and it's like a whole family over there. It was a hot mess. And like we had
trashy.
It really was. And
no offense.
This situation is okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Honestly.
But like, yeah, we had this night where we like just walked around like the park in Arizona, and we were just talking, and he was just like, I'll come back for you. It was so stupid. It makes me laugh now when I think of it. I'm like, I was an idiot for listening to that. But I just specifically remember like him like turning his hat around when he kissed me, and like one tear coming down, and like that was the last time I saw him. And then for months after, when I was still in Arizona, I would like kind of hope and pray that he would knock on my door. So when somebody would knock on my door, my heart would jump because I would think it was him. And it never was. So that was another reason why I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. And is that where you moved to California?
Yeah. Because like that whole situation like made me physically and mentally ill.
Oh my God. That's crazy. You moved in with us and I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
I think we vaguely talked about it, but I think I blocked it because I wasn't ready to, because I so relate to it, you know, that I'm like, I don't want it. Yeah, I don't want no part of it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, JC too, like he knew some things, but not everything. And I remember
JC would have killed him.
Yeah. I just remember that during all of that, I remember going to like my sister's wedding or something. And I don't know, he was like cheating, doing his normal stuff, cheating while I wasn't around.
Doing the normal thing, cheating,
walking around,
making breakfast.
He did his morning routine, cheated, went back to work.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
This is where he gets just my darky.
I look how we're laughing and crying. It's not funny.
It's true. I'm like, oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
He was just like doing some just fuck shit or whatever. And I was on the phone like crying, and I was screaming in the hotel. And I remember JC bringing up to me. No, but JC brought it up to me later and was like, he had no context, like didn't know what was going on. He's like, yeah, I just remember you acting crazy. And I was like, what did you say? And I had to like, I had to like tell him, I was like, hey, like that's not okay to say to anybody ever, especially when you don't know what's going on. I was like, I was going through the worst years of my life, and you guys didn't even stop to ask how I was doing or if I was okay. You just made up a story in the family of like,
and just, you're crazy.
I'm like, why would you do that? You know, and he apologized and stuff, but I think that's oftentimes good. Like people tend to do that. Like, oh, so-and-so's over there just being crazy. Like, no, there's a reason why that person is reacting that way.
Especially if it's like someone you know.
Yeah.
You know?
Like just ask, like, what do you need anything? Yeah. How can I support you?
This is like, there's something wrong. What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask.
No.
Ask your friends or whoever, like if they're going through something, like if they're acting crazy, there's a reason.
Right.
They're just not crazy.
Yeah. But I think it's also like me being the younger sister in the Aviles family, that they look at me like, oh, she's young. She doesn't really have problems. Like, what? I was going through legit hell. Yeah. And like, you guys nobody flew out to save me. The only person that did was my dad. And I'll forever remember that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
he heard me cry once, and he was like, he doesn't like flying on planes, first of all. And he was like, I don't really want to go to California. I don't know. He's weird like that. He's weird about random things. Yeah. But he heard me cry once and like hyperventilating. I was like, I'm just not happy. And he was like, I'll help you move to California. And he flew out. Yeah. And came to be with me.
That is so nice.
Yeah. I'll never forget that. Because my dad really was like there for me. Yeah. When other people didn't know how. Yeah. He just didn't even ask the question. He was like, I'm going to be there. So.
That's a good dad.
Yeah.
That's good. Be Jill's dad. Like in situations like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, us saying that, like, you know, how he just assumed you were just crazy. Like, I felt like I would, like, was treated like that in my relationship too. Same thing where it's just like he's driving me fucking crazy. Like I'm gonna like go crazy on him. Yeah, I had some friends like they would literally see me and this guy fighting, like literally screaming at each other, and like, you know, they would see him like pushing me and like all this stuff. Yeah. And you know, there was people like my friends who would just be like, oh, they're just, you know, they're just crazy. They thought we were the wild couple, you know? And I'm like, I'm not that wild. Yeah. I'm not wild, like, you know, like hitting or like abusive, you know? So
it's like I feel like this, not this generation, just like the world in general, we normalize toxicity.
Oh yeah.
Like and we romanticize the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, she got cheated on 75 times, but look, they had a baby and they made it work 40 years later. Like, hell no.
Hell no.
No.
That's a big hell no.
Yeah. Like, why do we have to go through so much pain to get to happiness? Like, I don't want that shit. Like, I'm tired of that. That's not fun to me.
Yeah. Okay, so let's turn this around. Turn it up. Okay, so I guess let's go forward now. What are you like? What are some non-negotiable things that in a relationship for the future? Like what? Okay, let me make it like this. So what is something? I mean, there's so many things. I was gonna say, what is something that you don't want from your old relationship in your new relationship? I'm like the whole fucking thing.
Right, the whole thing was garbage.
The whole thing. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, what are some traits that are like you have to have, or like, you know, something like that.
You know where you're going.
Something like that.
One thing that I know is going to be problematic for a lot of people is not that I want to be able to go through your phone, but I want us to have that relationship that like if I left my phone by you and you don't have your phone or something, like I wouldn't give a crap if you like took it or something to use it, because there's absolutely nothing to hide.
Yes.
Like you're trusting that when you're not around, I'm protecting us. And I'm thinking of us. Yeah. I get what you mean, where it's just like, let's just say our phones are here. Yeah. If like he's like, oh, can I take a picture? Yeah. Or like let's make it. If you say, oh, can I take a picture with your phone? He's not like, no. Right. Because then I'm like, so what are you trying to hide? I accept that too. Yeah. Because the only reason I ever looked through my ex's phone was because I knew he was fucking lying. Yeah. Like, and I think that's one thing people say. It's like, if you feel like you have to look through his phone, you're going to find something. Yep. Like, you're never not going to find something. So, yeah. Or if you have that feeling, it's probably what's happening. Yeah, it's true. But it's so stupid. Now I'm just like, but I think it's always happening now. So I'm working on it. I know. You have to like get out of that mentality. But like, it's like we're literally traumatized from those relationships. So I try to, I'm better about it now, but then I'll have days I'm like, oh my god, guys are so stupid. Like the bar is set so low. It really is though. Like, it's just insane. Like don't cheat. Like, I don't know, just don't cheat. Just be like nice. Yeah. Like, be a good person. I am someone who does not understand cheating. Yeah. You know, and I'm a triple Gemini baby. I should be the one cheating. Also, my ex was a Gemini, the bad one. So maybe that. So we were like two Gemini. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8 Geminis. Yeah. In one relationship. That's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people involved. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how I got there. But anyways, not saying Geminis cheat. but I just feel like that's a thing people say. Yeah. I don't believe in that because I feel like everyone cheats. Yeah. Not everyone, from all different signs cheat. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I just never really understood the idea of cheating, because it's like, if you don't want to be with that person, or if you want to see other people, then just do that thing. And it's typically, I think it's fine. It's just I feel like with guys, it's just a possession thing. Like, unfortunately, I feel that a lot of men, this is why I say the bar is set low. I feel like a lot of men are brought up in this world, number one, like with the idea of like objectifying women. Yeah. And also they have a lot of predatory behavior, even if they're not predators themselves. Yeah. Like for example, like I remember growing up in the household, and I'll get told things when I started to develop as a young woman, like, oh, don't wear that because there's men in the house. And I'm like, well, what kind of men are here? Yeah. Like, what? Like, why are you saying that? Yeah. Like, don't, this is my house. Right. I should feel safe. But like things like that are so like normalized in like family dynamics, and it's just like ingrained in our culture. Yeah. That like, I saw a thread recently where it was like, asking women, like, what would you do if there were no men for a day? And one woman said
walk
she would
outside.
Yeah,
walk
one woman
outside night.
Yes, or like go for a run at night. And I'm like,
same.
You see?
Dude, I saw that post and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds so nice.
Yes. Things like that were just like, these are very simple things that they're saying. I was
outside waiting for you on the phone and I was like, you need to hurry because I'm in a dress and everyone's looking at me.
Exactly.
Like every guy who walks by is just like, and I'm just like,
yep.
What's up? Even if I see them looking at me, they do not look away. I'm just like, bro.
It's so
like,
uncomfortable.
Be cool. Oh, I hate men. Some men.
it makes you like just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've kind of felt that way with social media. Like I've started to express myself more like on my Instagram, but I don't really like post too much because I want it to be just on my story and like to have it go away. Yeah. Cause like I still get like really creepy DMs.
Really?
Yeah, that make me so uncomfortable. It's
I
like
block them. I block them all.
I'm just like, and this is why I don't want to post. Like, you guys, I feel like you're literally undressing me with your words. Like, relax. Call me beautiful, cute, pretty, whatever. Do that.
Be like, your poetry is great.
Yeah, but you don't need to like pick apart my body parts and explain them to me.
Like, oh yeah, look at that ass.
Yeah, like I've had this I know what I have. Yeah. Thank you. Like, I don't need that from you.
Yeah. You know, guys with me, they this has happened with a couple guys I've hooked up with like years ago now. Like, I haven't hooked up with anyone forever. Like literally. But like before when I used to just hook up with whoever, like that was a common thing that happened with me where I was fetishized. Is that how you say it? Fetishized?
Yeah.
Like for my body because she's thick. But like I wasn't a person to them. I was body.
Yeah.
And like this sexual idea, you know?
Yeah.
Which
I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that too. Because I'm like, I'm actually really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really smart and like creative and got my shit together. But
like, get to know me as a human being.
Yeah, and it's like all you see is my butt.
Or it's like something.
It's a good fucking butt, but
like something to explore, to conquer.
Yeah.
That's what it creeps me out about it. I've actually had that thought about
my body.
Kind of random.
Just kidding.
No, like me going to Puerto Rico, I'm like, I want to date Latin men. I've never dated a Latin dude before.
I'm like, don't do it because that's what my ex was.
Don't do it, girl.
Don't do it.
But like, I think
just
of
kidding.
that. But here in the US, you know, I would get called like, oh, you're so exotic. Oh, say something in Spanish. Oh, call me Papi. To the point where it was so annoying. I'm like, that's number one, it's creepy.
Yeah.
So I would make them uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, I already have 2 dads and I don't want to think about my dad when I'm sleeping with you. And they're like, ew, why did you take it there? I'm like,
it's
well,
like, you're telling me to call you Papi, which is dad.
Yeah, I just like don't like it. Like I don't even like when American boys will say like mi amor to me. Because in Puerto Rico, it's like a term of endearment. So it's not like a big deal if someone's like, oh, hola mi amor, or buenas noches mi amor. It's like, it's just a thing you say.
Like, good morning, hun.
Yeah, but here it's just like, I don't need that from you. Be American. Like, you know what I mean? Like it feels like a fetish, and it's also cheesy to me.
Yeah,
so I'm
especially because
we're not
to like American guys. They probably think it's so cool that they're so and you're like, I speak Spanish. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, or they'll tell you like, oh, you speak Spanish? Like say something. Like what the fuck am I, like a little Build-A-Bear? You just press my hand, I just speak. Like shut up.
Build-A-Bear.
I'm just gonna sing in Spanish for you. Like relax. Everybody leave me alone.
You know, I actually saw on TikTok a girl was saying, oh, I was like, where's my phone? It's recording. I just have to remember. This girl was saying something like, if you want to know what you want out of a relationship, make 2 lists. The first list is what you want, but what you see other people do. For example, like on that list, it would be like, texts me good morning every morning. That's something you see like on
other
TV and on other people. Then the second list is like, what are things that for you special? And like the first list would be the minimum. And then the second list is like extra credit, you know? I was like, that's actually smart.
I like that.
Yeah. So, and the second list is stuff like, oh, he brings me to the sunset on the beach whenever I'm feeling sad. You know?
That'd be so sweet.
I know.
Why don't guys think so like cute. That? I wish like
there are guys that are good because
well, they need to be better. Like it needs to be more common. That's what I'm saying. Like
like my sister's boyfriend, he treats her really good.
Yeah,
and like dude treats Sarah really good, and that's it. That's all I know.
Right. A lot of my girlfriends who are married or in like long-term relationships, a lot of their significant others will reach out to me about like, oh, I'm planning a birthday party. And I'm just like, oh, I love you for her. Yeah, they do it all the time. Planning a proposal, a birthday party, a function, something.
Yeah.
You know, or they'll ask me questions like, what should I get her? What should I do for her?
Oh,
and I think that's just the sweetest thing ever. Yeah.
I love that. That's so hot to me. That's so hot.
It's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
You know, like when I think of like a relationship or like an ideal relationship, I don't really think of, oh my God, he buys me gifts and stuff. I think of moments like that, like take me to the sunset or just like ask me like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Like put on some clothes. Like we're going to go just do something spontaneous. Like I like that a lot.
I love that too. I know I haven't like even been close to like a relationship at all. And like, I don't know if you know this about me. I think you do. But like, I'm like so excited to be in love and be in a relationship.
Oh, yeah. I heard the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like, I mean, I've always have. Yeah. I've always been so like, oh my, like I literally think about it all the time. I'm just like, oh my God, one day I'm going to have like someone who cares about me and like it's, I try to always like picture myself with someone like, let's just say in this apartment, you know? Yeah. And I'm just like, because I've never got close to it. I'm like, I literally don't know how I would function. Yeah. You know, but like I've had some, not even dating, but like some of the things in the past where it's like, it feels like I'm with someone, you know, like it feels like we're dating, but it's not real. We weren't dating.
Right.
So I assume it would be like that, but better just because it would be real.
It would actually be a thing.
It would be like, you know, like he actually likes me, you know? So yeah.
Same. I've been close or like I've had micro moments. That's what I like to call them. Little micro moments. Yeah. Cause
like a situationship?
Well,
or a sneaky link. I just learned these.
You just learned these buzzwords.
Yeah, I really did.
Well, I think it's more like, you know, like you said, you kind of almost in some ways like visualize like, oh, how it would be if you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
I try to take pieces of moments that I've had with other men, even the guy that I used to date. There were some moments where I'm like, I would actually like that, you know, in a relationship now.
If there
weren't many. There weren't many, but there were a couple. Like the friendship aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Or like guys that I hang out with, like we'll do something that to me is like really meaningful. You know, they have no clue. But I'm just like, I am so into this moment, but I'm never gonna tell you. Yeah. Gotta keep it together.
Yeah.
So I take pieces of that.
And I feel like you're the type to like not say anything. I'm the type to be like, oh my God.
Not say anything.
I'm so like, oh my God.
I know. I'll tell my friends like, oh my God, guess what happened today? But I don't tell them anything. I'm like, oh yeah, it was fun. We had fun.
It's whatever.
Yeah. But like taking those micro moments for me, if like you stitch them together, to me that makes my perfect love or my idea of what a perfect love would be.
Yeah.
So I like those. I like that idea.
Yeah. I've just like been with really shitty men.
Same. So, emotionally unavailable is like my it's my thing.
It's my thing. Not anymore. No. We're not doing it anymore. Yeah. No.
But I'll meet people that I'm like, ooh, you're not letting me in. I like that. Stop. Relax. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. Aw. Right now, one thing I'm practicing is just being friends with straight males.
Yeah.
Because you know I have so many gay friends. That's what I have to say, straight males.
Straight males.
Yeah. I'm trying to just be friends with them because one, like, I have no more straight guy friends. Like, I mean, they're my friends, but like they're not around.
Right.
But yeah, because I feel like before I used to like anytime I met a new guy or something, and honestly, it wasn't this, but it ended up turning into this sometimes where it's like I would meet a straight guy and I'd be like, oh my God, I like him, you know, but it's just like, no, I think you just like his friendship. Like he's just nice.
Yeah.
You know, so right now I'm practicing just like, I don't want nothing. I want nothing from no one. I do. but not right now. Yeah, so I'm trying to practice the whole like being friends first and then letting it turn into blossom into whatever it wants to do, you know.
Yeah.
And if it's just friendship, that's great too. So.
Yeah. See, I like that because it's
so hard for me because I'm just so
like I like you. I like you.
It's not even that. I think I just like, and it's because I had so many straight guy friends before. You know, it's like I just like the company of guys. I like every variety of person, you know.
Yeah.
I like the gays, I like the girls, I like the straights.
I like the straights.
You know, I like the non-binaries, you know, I like them all. But I don't know why I said all that.
I just want to include everybody.
Yeah, I just want to include everybody. Yeah, so I'm trying to practice like just friends.
Yeah.
Because I could jump in real quick.
I know. If I'm attracted to somebody, I don't want to say I jump in. I could jump into the physical part pretty quick, and then I'm like, shit. Like, we have good conversation, and we just slept together. I messed up.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, I'm a little attached. Yeah. And I gotta relax.
That's another one. Like, I'm not having sex with anyone quickly.
Good for you.
I don't need to have sex. But that should be like a straight up sex thing, you know? Yeah. But
you don't want to get, have you heard of soul ties?
No, it's that.
Basically, I don't have a good definition of it, but what I've heard is that it's like, if you sleep with somebody who has like a lot of baggage or something, you kind of, it transfers over to the other person. So if you've slept with somebody, or even like having an ex or whatever, like you've had those interactions, sexual encounters with them so many times that like you have those soul ties, even though you're not near them anymore.
Oh my God, I'm never having sex again. So like, are you healed? Are you fucking healed?
You gotta hit them with holy water.
With the holy water. Be like, are you in therapy? Let me talk to her. Let me see where you at.
Did your therapist reference you? Because I can't.
I got too much on my plate.
I got too much at stake here.
Yeah. I guess that's one thing I want in a future guy. That's it. Like, I want him to, like, obviously there's no such thing as fully healed if you have trauma. I was like, what's the word? But I want him to be working on himself and like actually doing the work and you know, discovering stuff on himself, about himself, so that, you know, whenever he sees me, like, and I'm doing the work. Hello, hi. So it's like, whenever we see each other, we're not just like pouring our trauma into each other.
Right.
Oh, that's a big one for me.
I feel that. I feel that in a different way though.
Okay.
Like, because I've dealt with that situation, I'm like, I want somebody who comes from like a healthy environment. Because
is there such a thing?
Or healthier, way healthier. I've seen healthy, not perfect, because I feel like people confuse the two.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking for perfection. I just like a healthy family dynamic to me is really important.
Yeah.
Because I'm over trying to like help people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired. I don't get paid for this. I'm tired. Can't put you on my taxes. You are not my child. I'm not raising you.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But somebody who is either there with their family or, like you said, is, you know, in the process and working through it.
Yeah. See, okay. I had something go through my head right now. See, obviously it would be great to have someone who, you know, has a healthier life or whatever growing up. But one, I think that's really hard. Also, two, there's three things. So two, I kind of like, I don't know why. Maybe it is just two. I kind of, this is so weird to say it like this. I'll say it like this. I wouldn't be against them having some trauma.
Yeah.
Just because one, like they can relate to me and what I'm going through, because I feel like I've had friends where they were growing up literally perfect family, perfect life, no trauma, like no deaths, you know, like it was there. And like, I look at their life and I'm just like, wow, I didn't even know those existed, you know?
Right. Like that was possible.
Yeah. But the reason why I don't know if I would lean towards that anymore is just because these other friends, like, they just could not understand what I was going through, you know? Like,
I can see that.
Those friends called me emotional and like, I'm too sensitive and like, I'm making a big deal, you know, when it's like, you don't know what I've been through.
Right.
Like, I've been in survival mode my whole life, baby. Right. So they
wouldn't be able to like relate or even provide you the proper help. Support. Yeah. They wouldn't.
So, I mean, it'd be great because that's great for them. Like, I look at those people, I'm like, that is so exciting. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, I want that. I
love that for you.
I love that for you. Yeah. But
I hear you though.
You know what I mean?
I will say that I have
just a little trauma.
just a dash of trauma.
Just a sprinkle of trauma that they're working on.
Yes. I will say that I've had like, I guess, encounters with guys that come from like healthy backgrounds. And I do have a tendency to like keep to myself more, or like will ask about certain things, like I only give them surface level because I'm like, I don't think you can handle the rest. And I'm afraid to like share more with you because if I'm vulnerable, then I'll really see if you can handle it, and I'm not ready for that reality. So I'm chill
they
here.
Probably can't.
Right. I'm like, I'm gonna chill at the surface. This is safe for me.
I have that issue with friends. Like, there's certain friends that I love all my friends, obviously, but like I have to be surface level because they just wouldn't understand, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's like, even there's friends with healthy, like, life, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, they understand still, but there's some people where you just can't go that deep with them.
No.
You learn that though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody serves it. I feel like in friendships, everybody kind of serves a different purpose.
Yeah. I learned that recently.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, so I used to tell everyone everything, like all my friends, every little thing. I used to tell them everything. Now I'm like, I kind of organize. Yeah. Like I could tell you this because you know this. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
I could tell you this because we just have fun and that's great.
Right.
And it's kind of better like that, to be honest. Just because
we kind of do it subconsciously and we don't realize it. And then when you kind of call it out, like, oh, okay, I kind of do that thing, but like it makes sense, you know, because not everybody's supposed to know everything.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
I didn't know that. No one told me that I'm not
that
supposed
wasn't
to
the rule.
Yeah. There was no rule book. I just told everyone everything.
I just let it all lay it on the table.
Like, oh, you don't understand what I'm going through? Oh, sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way because like I lost friends like late in my 20s and that was hard. Yeah. Like people like I went to their wedding and like I know their mom.
Isn't that weird?
It like makes me so like before I used to cry about it and I used to just be like, but why? You know? And I'm like, I wish them, oh my gosh, I think about them all the time. I wish them the best.
Yeah.
And I would be so happy if I ever saw them again.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you outgrow people or they outgrow you. Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah. I'm currently going through that.
Really?
All that.
It's like growing pains that they don't tell you about.
Yeah. No.
They do not.
For real. Like that is a big thing I've been going through. You know, like I was saying, like grieving my old life.
Yeah.
Like it's for sure like, I'm not saying like I got in a fight with friends or anything, but it's just like, yeah, no one hits me up, you know? And I could hit them up and it would be fine. But I think I was just trying to see what would happen if I didn't hit them up. It's been radio silence since. So it just kind of like proved something to me, you know, where I'm like, oh, they love me. Like if I saw them right now, it'd be great, you know, it'd be whatever. But I think for me, I'm just like, oh, I'm like like I was going through, I was. Wow, that's nice to say. I was really depressed. I'm pretty okay at this moment. Yeah. But like, and I told them. Yeah. And no one came to help. Are you on TikTok?
Uh-huh. So, well, I'm not like active. Yeah. I just scroll.
Yeah. That's it. So there's like a TikTok going around where it says like, when you needed love the most, they gave you distance. And I'm like, stop yelling at me, TikTok.
That almost made me cry when you said it.
Yeah, because it's very that. And it's like, you know, I had friends who like, I literally told them, I'm like, this is what I'm going through. I need you to check in on me. Yeah. Like, nothing. And it's like, it's fine. Like, now it's fine because I got all my anger out last week. What's up?
Now it's okay.
Now it's okay. I mean, still not okay. Like, I kind of don't want to talk to them right now. Yeah. But I know it's going to be fine because we have years of like love and stuff. So I'm like, it's fine. But
that kind of makes me think of just like, and this is something that my therapist taught me and I'm still like, oh, whatever. Like, she'll always tell me like, I'll explain something when I'm mad at somebody or a friend or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I know you feel this way, but like you can't control that person. Yeah. And you have to give people grace. And you cannot set expectations because people are going to let you down every time. You let yourself down as a person. So like you kind of have to say, you know, maybe they were going through something, maybe they weren't, or maybe they felt like that was the best thing to do in that moment. But you have to, well, you don't have to, but you should give people grace and say they did the best that they could in that, you know, during that time. And it was nothing personal.
Thanks, Jill. You're right. Welcome. Your therapist is right. I don't like it, but she's right. They're right. Yeah.
It's not personal. It doesn't mean your feelings aren't valid. Yeah. And it's not gonna hurt. Yeah. But it's not personal.
Yeah, and I know that. It's just like I think just because I like but this is a me problem where it's like I give so much love out. I give so much love out that like I expect it to come back, but I can't expect for someone to return what I'm giving them, you know? And like now I understand that, and now I'm like, no one's getting love. Show me what you got.
You kind of like you're similar to how I am, because it reminds me of like validation, like seeking validation. Yeah. And that comes from like your childhood. If you ever felt like you had to continuously prove yourself and like, are you proud of me now?
That's why I'm an overachiever. Okay. I am too much of an overachiever. Like it is a detriment to me.
Yeah. I mean, you've done amazing things in your life, Des. You should be proud.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry.
I swear. Remember when I first met you and I was doing your resume? I was like, how long have you been doing editing? You're like, I'm like 10 years. I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
I'm doing your resume. Yeah. You've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
You need to hype yourself up more.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Yeah, I feel like, so thank you for saying that. And like with
You're welcome.
This new season, like this, I literally feel like I'm not even starting in chapter. I feel like I'm starting volume 2 of my book, you know, if I had a book. But
you might.
Yeah,
you
might. Yeah. So I feel I was like really upset at this clean slate, new era season of my life, a new life. But now I'm like way more like, oh my God, it's a fresh start. I could be whoever the fuck I want to be, you know, because of all the changes that have been happening in the last few years or whatever. Like I really lost myself because you know, you've known me forever. I'm like, I'm very confident. I'm very like, I could do it all. Yeah. You know, but I literally lost that all for a second there. Yeah. And I'm glad I'm like finally like climbing the rope back up, you know, like, okay.
Remembering who you are.
Yeah. Like literally I started hanging out with new friends recently. And that's what's really been helping me. Like just talking to new people because I forget I'm cool. Like I forget that I'm actually like a special person that like can light people up and like I could like feel their energy and like see their faces like shine when I ask them questions or like, you know, I'm like, wow, I forgot I'm my own person. Yeah. You know, if that makes sense.
Sometimes you forget that when you're like around the same people because you're like used to it. Yeah. But then when you're around other people, they kind of mirror that. And it's even better when they tell you, like, you're so nice. And you're like, oh, I am, huh?
You're like, wow.
Thank you.
You're right. Am I? No. And okay. So that's funny you say that because that's actually been happening. So there's this like TikTok group. It's like a gratitude journal group. You would love it. Actually. There was one this morning, but I didn't go. So I went to the one last week and it was a nature walk. It was a fucking hike. Okay.
It was a nature journey.
Yeah. And but it was so much fun. But anyways, like I made new friends walking up the mountain, whatever. And then like we sit down in this like little foresty area and like basically like we meditated, did journal prompts and like you're welcome to share. Like you raise your hand and share what you wrote down or whatever. Yeah. One of the things I raised my hand and like I was talking I think the question was, and we pulled cards from this. Like that was our journal prompts. One of the questions was, what is one way you deceived yourself recently? Something like that. And like, what is one thing you could do today to make it better? Something like that. And my thing, I was saying how about like being angry and like very sad and alone and like just like being like a real I hated my life for a second. And when I said that, like everyone's just like, what? And then like the guy who's like the leader of the group, he was like, that's crazy that you're saying this because you've been a literal joy all day. And I was just like, thank you. This is who I really see. Yeah. And then it's gonna make me cry. It was so nice. The way he said it, like, was just like what it's hard to believe about? Yeah. He was just like, you've been a literal joy this whole time, like this whole day. And it's just crazy. It's just like, wow, you really don't know what other people go through.
No, but it's so important to say those things to our friends or whoever. Yeah. Because those little like compliments or comments, like how that made you feel.
It changed my whole perspective on life. I was going down and him saying that, I was like, I am a joy. You know, go back up.
Yeah. That stuff I feel like it's so important and we don't think to say those things very often. Even people that we're around all the time, like we don't think of that stuff. Jill, I'm glad it made you happy.
Jill, you're such a sunshine and like so nice and like kind. Just so you know, I'm sad you're moving, but like, you know, you're great still.
Thank you. I'm proud of you actually. Are you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like that's scary.
I know. I'm nervous and I'm scared. I actually I was talking to one of my best friends and like it was like late at night and we were hanging out in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was about to leave. And she was like, something is telling me that you don't want me to leave. And I was like, I'm not ready for you to go home yet. I started crying. Aww. And she asked me, she was like, how do you feel about Puerto Rico? Are you nervous? And I was like, She's like, what scares you? I was like, that like, yeah, everything. But also like, just, I have friends there, but like, we're still getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if they see the not funny, not happy side of me and they're like, we don't like this.
Yeah.
You know, that rejection scares the shit out of me, actually.
Yeah. No, same.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I'm like, God, all my girlfriends are literally making such life-changing moves and decisions lately. It's so crazy. Like one of my other friends, so, you know, Jesse's going to move, you're going to move. Mm-hmm. One of my other best friends, she just broke up with her boyfriend of 6 years. Like,
it's a life change.
Yeah. And like, I'm so proud of her though, because, you know, she was unhappy.
Yeah.
And like, it's scary, like to like leave something that's so comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and like now she has her own apartment and like, she was like, I'm so scared. I've never lived alone. I'm like, it's great. It's so scary, but it's great.
Yeah.
Are you going to...
You get used to it too.
Yeah.
Just like having your own space.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny. So she was, because she lives in Orlando, but whenever I went to go visit there a few months ago, like I was fantasizing about moving back to Orlando, which I would never, like, that does not sound like me. That's the first time. Because I'm just so tired of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, Orlando's so nice. I could get a fucking penthouse,
out there. Mm-hmm.
Like for the same amount as this apartment. And it would like be so luxurious. Anyways, yeah, when I was talking to her, she was like, yeah, didn't you say you wanted to move back? I'm like, no, you have to live alone.
Never.
I was like, you have to live alone, because living alone, I'm nervous about dating someone, because I'm like, how am I there's no space for you. Like,
I'm nervous for that too. It's like, you need to take your shoes off at the door.
Oh yeah.
Sweep.
Especially because I've lived with boys.
You know what that's like.
Fucking JC doesn't wash his dishes.
JC came over, like, the last time he came over to my apartment, he put his backpack on my bed. And I just looked at it. I was like, can you put that on the floor, please?
Ew.
Right.
That's outside.
Thank you.
That's outside.
That's what I said. I was like, that's an outside backpack. I need you to put it on the floor.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're so OCD. I was like, no, I just like.
He's dirty though.
JC doesn't care.
Sorry, JC. I've been talking shit about you. I'm not editing that one out.
I'm leaving that. He doesn't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I know,
no.
I lived it there.
I don't live like a lost boy. Like, I clean things.
Yeah.
Put that on the floor.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to think. I'm traumatized from that experience alone, living with JC.
Boys in general.
Love you, JC. Wow, we talked a lot about boys.
If I was a lesbian, life would be so much easier.
Dude, I talk about that all the time.
I wish I was a lesbian.
Time. It would just be so much more fun.
I would have been married by now if I was a lesbian.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's a little late because I don't want to pay for a baby. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
want
that.
Kids?
I do.
Yeah.
I've
been asking that to so many people this week. I'm like, do you want kids? Do you want kids?
I do want kids, but then I also have moments where I'm like, ugh. I like to wake up whenever I want to.
Yeah.
And I get worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be like, oh my God, I want 4. And I'm like,
4?
I know. It's definitely the Latina in me that like they instill in you, like, get married at 22 and have like 5 babies.
Oh my God.
And like, you know, continue this the trauma curse. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Generational curses.
Keep
we
it
love
going.
It.
Gotta keep it going.
I know. Because the things that I used to think were like okay when I was 22, I'm like, oh, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I waited to even do that. So
yeah, I don't want kids.
You told me that before.
Yeah, I feel very confident in being the fun auntie.
I think that's first of all, it's a great thing to know so early on.
I've known that forever.
But some people, obviously, you know, like women get shamed for that.
Yeah.
Like, why?
What's
so great about it?
I got shamed once for that. For saying that I didn't want kids from this fucking guy. This was when I used to do extra work.
Uh-huh.
And we were on set of Ray Donovan. I don't know why I had to plug that. I'm cool. I don't even know, never even seen that show. Anyway, I was talking to this guy and like we were just talking. He was saying how his sister's like pregnant, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then like, you know, we were asking everyone like, oh, like, do you want kids? Blah, blah. And they got to me and I was like, oh no, I don't want kids. Mm-hmm. And this guy's like, why? And I'm just like, what? And
why do you have to have
I'm like, I don't even fucking know this person.
Right.
And he came at me. And like, I was like 24 at the time. So I didn't really know how to stand up for myself then.
Right.
But I mean, I said, I'm like, I just don't feel like I want kids, you know? And he was like, how could you say that? That's so selfish, because my sister has been trying for years to have kids and you could probably just have kids, and like, shit like that.
So that's her.
I'm like, I don't even know your sister.
That's her reproductive system. That got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. I'm like
I hate
it really confused me. I was like,
at 24, you're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, what does that have to do with me? Like,
people are weird about, women will do that to other women. Like, why wouldn't you have kids? Because I don't want to be on Instagram complaining about all 5 of my kids that I chose to have.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a new thing now. The mom influencer, it is, I'm sorry, it bothers me. It's people that I've gone to school with, or like that I know. And they're like, I had all these kids, and then every post is them complaining about them. I was like, well, girl, stop having them. I don't know what to tell you. Tell your husband to get a vasectomy. Like, is this like a quirk? Is this like a personality trait now? Like, I just complained about all the kids that I wanted so bad. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut that all out and not do that. I don't want none of that. And like,
and that's fine. You probably live a stress-free, happier life, actually.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Because like, see, okay. So many things just went through my head. This is a whole different podcast, but might as well keep going. My fans out there said they like longer podcasts anyways. So here we are. Anyways, I was going to say, one thing that I'm a little nervous about is like, whenever I do start dating, like, let's just say the love of my life. Oh, it's going to suck when he says he wants kids, or if he wants kids. I'm be like, bro, sorry.
Bring that up from the jump, like the very first date. Like, hey, I do. FYI,
I tell every person I meet, I don't want kids. I don't want kids.
Good. You'll be surprised. There's a lot of guys who don't either. Like, they're just like, oh, I'm cool not having kids.
Yeah. Like that's
fine.
I want everyone else to have kids so I could play with the kids.
You know, give them back when we're done.
Tell me how. I've been on TikTok. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? And you know, like sometimes like I rarely see babies on my feed. Now I see a lot because I watch the whole video now, but like there's been some babies on my feed, and the other day I was in my bed, like it was a newborn baby. I'm gonna cry now. See, I don't want kids, but I want to hold a fucking baby. You know, like hold the baby. Babies make me fucking cry. I was crying in my bed, just like, oh my god, and it scared me for a second because I've never had that reaction.
You're like, enough.
Get out of it.
Get out of here.
Well, because I was just like, you know, I asked because I mean, there's no part of me that wants a kid, but I'm still like open. It's like, if you want a kid, you can have a kid, even though you say you didn't want a kid. You know.
You could adopt at any time in your life.
No, I don't want to take care of no one.
I want to take care of me.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, I want my dogs. I want my man. I want my loft. I want my traveling. You know, I want my passions. That's it.
Some people,
I'll babysit.
I just feel like there's so much pressure on women in general to like have kids. But obviously nobody asks like a man anything like that. They're like, oh, you don't get shamed for not having kids if like you're a guy.
Yeah.
But like,
and also,
women go through a lot.
I was gonna say they don't have to do the body shit.
No, your body completely changes. You can't even predict like what type of pregnancy you're gonna have, how many kids are gonna come out of it.
Yeah, what if you get pregnant and there's 2?
Actually, you're gonna think
that is my worst nightmare.
You're gonna think I'm crazy because I want that. I want fraternal twins because I want to like get it out of the way. And after that, I'm like, tie me up. Don't ask me for shit else. I've always wanted that. I mean, I'm scared of the process because I'm a little human.
I was like, you want to get pregnant and then find out there's 2 humans in you?
Yeah, they just cut them out of me. Chop me up. I'm not pushing them. Let's get that clear. Oh my God. Cut them out.
The woman's body's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It like, I think I can't wrap my head around it. You know, I'm like, we make humans. We came out of a human vagina. You know,
everybody came out of a vagina.
Isn't that crazy?
Everyone in the world.
Men treat women like shit. Men cheat on women when we're literally making humans. We're making humans over here.
I can make human beings. What can you do?
Yeah.
Not a fucking
Ew. Wow, this is a good come around. Yeah, fuck guys that are cheating on their women, making babies.
I mean, even as much as I don't like her, you know, I think of like the stress that she went through during that time. Like, it takes 2 to tango. But like but also she was pregnant. Like, that's scary. She had a whole life in her, and the baby came out premature. because of all her stress. She had a high risk pregnancy.
Aww.
So it's like that's another thing that actually kind of terrifies me though, about like being with somebody getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Like if they pull some shit like that on me,
I'm
gonna have to leave. I'm like, I'll hit you up whenever like
ready.
Yeah, whenever I push this baby out 3 months after, then like we can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, because like I don't want to put myself through hell, and then because like you can make yourself sick.
Yeah.
You know, it can be definitely be a mental thing and like make it, you know, make yourself sick.
That's literally
yeah. So I'm like, I would not want to do that while I'm carrying a child and like transfer that fucking stress to my kid.
Yeah.
Because they're a piece of shit.
See, I think that's also, there's a lot of reasons why I don't want kids, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
For sure. Because it's like, because I am so traumatized from
that situation.
People. Yeah. That like, yeah, it's like, what if I get pregnant and then like the guy that gets me pregnant like cheats on me or leaves me? Bitch. I would fuck him up.
Yeah,
I'd
be on
fuck
Snap.
him up.
You would see my episode.
What's that?
It's whenever women like, it's basically, you've seen the movie Chicago, the musical.
Oh yeah.
You know that song, like we had it, she had it coming.
He had it coming.
It's basically like that, but a whole like. It's a whole series of like women just snapping on men.
I want to watch that.
And I'm like, oh, I would wear my orange suits proud.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I did it.
He had it coming.
He pissed me off. Don't make me mad. And these things won't happen. It's easy.
It's easy.
It's simple.
It's simple. Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on. Do you want to say your socials? You don't have to if you want privacy.
At Ori Writes, ORIWRITES for Instagram, and also TikTok. I'm actually gonna take TikTok seriously and release projects.
You're gonna put your poetry on there?
Yeah, I'm gonna release it in a couple weeks because Spotify has to approve it.
Yes, Jill is so good at poetry, guys.
Thank you.
So fucking good.
Thank you so much.
Did you have fun?
I did. I had a lot of fun.
We went through so many emotions.
Like crying, dark humor, laughing.
I'm literally sweating. Like, this was an intense episode. But thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow Jill. Make sure you follow at Feelings Feeling Feelings. Make sure you follow me at Diazabel. And yeah, talk to you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Feelings, Feeling, Feelings. I hope your feelings are feeling something right now. Make sure you follow at Feelings, Feelings, Feelings on Instagram to join the Feelings, Feelings, Feelings community. I just want to remind you, you are magical, you are beautiful, and I love you. Now go drink a glass of water and tell yourself you love you in the mirror.